Funding seems like the most common problem faced by local startups, since there are not too many VCs or angel investors. Even with the few that there are, most are not willing to make seed stage investments as they perceive it as risky.
So the first thing that you need to start a startup is conviction. So when we started, I had a very reasonable job. I was making a very decent earning, and I had some savings from it, and as did my other friends. And we basically quit our job to start the startup. I think in the initial days, from our own pocket, we spent about 15 lakhs. That was pretty much most of our savings. And we were very scrappy. Like first 6 months, we spent maybe 7-8 lakhs. We didn't buy a car. We didn't get a big apartment. We just had one room and a camera with which we took pictures. Whenever we got an order, we'd go to the market, purchase the products ourselves and deliver. So you just have to be scrappy. And those days, that culture has existed till today. Like we are scrappy when we buy our laptops even today, like we buy second-hand laptops. The other thing that I realized in the early days was that I could not convince anyone in Bangladesh about the internet or a business starting on the internet. When I first spoke to some people, they were like, oh, okay, you will get to 50,000 Taka revenue, and then what, right? So people in Bangladesh did not understand us at all. And so I had to go pretty much abroad to raise funds. It was not a lot of money, but it got the ball rolling. The first time we raised money, it was $25,000 from 500 startups. And that was after maybe like 30 pitches I had done. In most cases, people would be like, what is Bangladesh? They had that idea that Bangladesh was this country full of floods and no opportunities. So we were rather lucky, I would say, because I had to make a pitch in the elevator to get 500 startups in and $25,000. In the initial, we only had like $45,000 to run with. And then we got some more investors who put in 100,000, and then it started rolling. Now, as a company, our revenues are close to $10 million. We employ about 500 people, but the early days is still about starting small, staying scrappy, and convincing people to part with a little sum of money.
So in my case, I went to Harvard Business School, where the alumni network is very strong. They're working in different private equity shops, venture capital funds all over the world. And they really help each other, reach out to each other and help people. So that network really helped me connect with a lot of VCs and private equity firms. Plus also, I've been blessed to have a lot of angels invest in us. And there also the networking helped. It's not just the business school alumni network, but also my previous professional network, having worked for Morgan Stanley in New York, having worked for Nokia, Vistaprint in Singapore, Standard Chartered Bank in Singapore. So those professional networks really help. And then of course, no matter what network you have to have a story. VCs will first look at the country and then look at the company and the founder. So in case of looking at Bangladesh, 160 million people, it's a very large population. If you look at Asian countries where internet has proliferated, Bangladesh is the next big market with its 160 million population. Densely populated. That really helps us, because dense population means transport going around is a big hassle, and solving that problem is solving a real problem. Then young population, internet penetration increasing rapidly. We have around 70 million plus internet users, which is very large. The country has had a wonderful growth over the last 20 years. The stability of economy is a very important factor. Payment system is there. So all those things together, although unknown, when you explain it to investors, they open up and they become very interested. And the third thing is very important, the founder and the story. So I think when investors, we're early stage companies. When investors are investing in early stage companies, they first look at the founder. They try to choose a founder, an entrepreneur who has the skills and who has the passion to do what they do. So in my case, it's really showing my passion for making people's life shohoz, meaning easy, comes through. The telling that story with real passion and real confidence and urge is what is very important. So that, and then the rest of the team and the growth story. So for us, we have a very strong team of people at every level. We have hired people with very good experiences. I have hired from outside Bangladesh as well, where the skill set was lacking in Bangladesh. So having these skill sets and really good experience in all the people who are working is extremely important. And then of course our track record. We started ride sharing only about 9 months ago. We're doing around 1.2 million rides per month now, despite having 2, 3, 4, 5 other competitors in the market. So that's an excellent story. They want to hear that growth story, the traction. So I think, I would say networking has helped. Telling the story of Bangladesh, having a strong, passionate founder, a good team with the right experiences, and traction in terms of numbers, all that helps.
আর একটু হলেই ছলকে পড়তো চা, আর একটু হলেই দরজায় লেগে ঘা।